What up, y'all? Be right back. What up? So y'all know what it is. It's Wednesday nights. You know how we do. Wednesday nights, it's the Boys Club, Rich Dallas, Sean Prez. The realest relationship conversation on the internet. We about to get it cracking. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you like what we do, tell a friend to tell a friend. Joe Paul, what up? Everybody who's with us every week, what up? Love, love, love. Let me get my man Prez in the room. What's up, y'all? How you forgot about this crazy, sexy? What's up, my dude? What's the deal?
Rich, what up, son?
Ain't shit. Slow motion, ready to go.
Okay, let me make sure my Wi-Fi is perfect.
You got it? Not as
Good.
much.
Okay.
All right.
What up, kid?
What's the deal?
I'm chilling. Yo, okay. I heard you do the intro real quick. Shout to our regulars. Shout to my man I Am Joe Paul, Antoinette, Nikki Perrin, everybody who always joins us. SB, the whole crew. Shout to y'all. Yo, Rich, I want to pick up. Matter of fact, everybody, this is the Boys Club. Sean Prez, Rich Dallas, we the Boys Club. Relationship talk, coming from the mind of a man. Okay, I want to jump right into this, Rich, because I don't want to lose no time.
Okay.
You know, last week was one of them weeks that I got off. I got out of the live and it just bothered me. And for anybody who wasn't here, we had a crazy conversation with a young woman who basically conversation stemmed from if a man is paying 50-50 in terms of the bills, he's a roommate. He shouldn't be treated as king of the castle. Even if he's unable to pay 100% of the bills. Then our girl Jamie, friend to the show, shout to Jamie, she called in, and here's where I want to pick the conversation up with you. She said something that it deserves us having a real discussion around. She said, why is it every time a woman builds themselves up, and this is her words, why is it every time a woman builds themselves up, men have a problem with it? And she was piggybacking off of that 50-50 conversation. So it got me to thinking, like, is there any truth to that, in your opinion? When women build themselves up, especially financially, do men have an issue with it? Or are they looking at this thing completely wrong?
All right. First of all, I want to go back to last week's conversation. I felt like, all in all, we were respectful to Shorty. I feel like it was a good conversation. We agreed to disagree, but there was no ill will. There was no disrespect, no name calling, no none of that. So Shorty gets off our live and goes live. And I got a bunch of DM from people who were on our show, and they were telling us that she was trashing me and you on her live, saying that you're mean and disrespectful and that you're a wife beater, and she could tell you're a wife beater, and I'm a pimp, and I'm just nasty, I'm a whore, and they don't, we just like, basically we are just like creep dudes, like we're just like the worst of the worst. And I'm like, you know what, like, first of all, we chose Shorty because her thing went viral. She did a clip that went viral. She's not a relationship guru. If you ever go to her page, you'll see that that she doesn't even really have a lot of relationship stuff. She has like maybe three or four different videos and everything, but mostly it's about her hair stuff. So I felt like she left here last week after what I considered to be a decent conversation, even though we had definitely didn't agree, but I felt it was a good conversation. We didn't try to go Kevin Samuels. We didn't try to go red pill. We didn't do none of that. We let her speak her mind, and we spoke ours, and we just said, fuck it, we agree to disagree, and we're going to keep it moving. But that's what's wrong with people. So now you're using us to clout chase. So now I'm looking up, and I'm seeing 10, 15 DMs from people in our thing, from followers that she got from us. And they're, for real, like people that we rock with, like Antoinette and Gabby Wright and all those people, like people that rock with us. And they're like, yo, you might want to go on Shorty page. She's trashing y'all. And I'm like, you know what? What I've learned is that it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Like, I'm not even trying to like go back and forth with Shorty. I just want to say that's in my heart of hearts, no disrespect to her. It is what it is. If it was a clout chase move for her, then fine. But that's corny as hell to have a whole conversation and then leave here and go someplace else and then talk bad about niggas when we were just literally on live with you. We was just literally on live, and it was all fun and games, and we was laughing. But anyway, that's it. I'll leave it at that. It's corny and it's whack, and I'm a little disappointed in her because all we saw was a post, and we was like, we're going to give her the avenue to speak her mind and get her opinion out there. And if we agreed or we didn't agree, it was no big deal because honestly, you're not supposed to agree with everybody. Sometimes you're never gonna. Everybody's not going to be of same like mind in thought process. So whatever. So I said my piece on that, and now I'm done with it. I've been holding that all week.
Do you mind if I say my piece
Absolutely.
before you go in? Because I was trying my best. I didn't even want to give her the credit of saying her name on this show. That's why I just led with the topic that prompted where I want to go. But one of you know, it's one thing, and I think you're being generous when you say we agreed to disagree. Shorty didn't let you or I speak. You can't, and this is for anybody out there. Like this is a relationship discussion, and to your point, Rich, we're not always going to see eye to eye, but that's why you have a discussion, and there's a way to have a healthy discussion. When you come onto somebody else's platform, we invited her. She put the rules out there and said, yo, let's let it not be disrespectful. But she was extremely disrespectful because she couldn't take an opposing opinion, even if those opinions were said in a respectful manner. And I think that you know, for somebody to put something out there as thought-provoking, if you will, as if a person's only paying 50-50, he's a roommate and shouldn't be treated as king of the castle, at the very least, you should be able to hear a rebuttal to it. And when I saw the way homegirl was moving, I don't even know if she believed half the stuff she said. Truthfully, if she's doing it for the likes, or she's doing it because she's butthurt about what she's going through or have been through. So here's what I will say. I know Sean, and I know I was tame on that call. I was frustrated because I couldn't get a word in without being constantly cut off. But this will be the last time that something like that will ever happen, because there was so much stuff I wanted to like that woman is low-hanging fruit for me to hurt her entire world. Like you're talking about 50-50 and you built yourself up and this, that, and the third. Well, guess what? The type of nigga you want don't want you. Like, let's just keep it 100. Like, the type of dude that you think you qualify for, like, but she's not here now, and I'm not gonna go in on somebody, but that'll be the last time, and I'm just putting it out there. I will not hold my tongue moving forward. And I just thought I was a little disappointed in the way that she came. Like I don't have a problem having hard conversations. One of the things you and I say all the time, have the hard conversations. But if you can throw a rock, but you can't take when two stones come back at you, like, don't throw the rock. People are gonna have opposing opinions, and that's okay. But don't set yourself up when you're really like she really set herself up that if we were some different kind of men, like she would be in therapy this week. And I guess we would just leave it there. Like I don't want to go in on somebody who ain't here to defend themselves.
Right.
But go ahead.
So to the original question, and I was disappointed in our friend too, because she came in and actually kind of co-signed.
Who?
Shorty.
Who's that? Who are we talking about? Jamie?
Jamie, yeah. Listen, relationships are not, to get back to the original point, relationships are not a competition. Men, for the most part, there will be men out there that feel emasculated by a successful woman. But them niggas is bums anyway. So let's not get it misconstrued. If a dude is in competition with you, if a dude is emasculated by your success or the fact that you built yourself up to a certain level, he's whack. He's whack. So let's start there. That nigga's whack. So with that being said, 9 out of 10 times, men don't care about the woman and her success. What men care about is how a successful woman treats him. Your success at work, from 8 to 4, from 9 to 5, whether it's your weave business, whether it's your clothing line, whether it's your fucking your waist trainer, whatever you're doing with your life, and you're successful at it. A dude does not care. A good dude, a high quality man, a man like me and Sean do not care because we have our own. But what we do care about is you coming home and bringing that boss mentality into the home, bringing it to the house, treating me like I'm a subordinate, treating me like I work for you. That's never gonna work. That's never gonna work. Whether I got $5 million and you got $50 million, it ain't gonna work. Men do not care about that. Men care about how you treat them. If you come in the house and you leave work at work, because your home is supposed to be your happy place. It's supposed to be your safe haven. So you come home, you're supposed to leave all that other shit at the job. Leave it there. Leave the barking at people, leave the pushy shit, leave all that shit, leave that shit at the job. When you come home, you're supposed to be 50-50 equals. This is our domain. This is our happy place. You ain't supposed to make me feel no kind of way. You ain't supposed to try to make me feel no kind of way. That's corny as fuck. You know what that lets me know? It lets me know that you're not used to having power. It is new to you. It lets me know that you are insecure and you're using your daytime position to come and try to make me feel less than. That's never gonna work. And that's not how relationships work. That's not how you make somebody feel that's not love. There's no way that could ever be misconstrued or with love or my better half or any of that. So women in 2023 get it mixed up. They get it, oh, he weak. Oh, he can't take a powerful woman. Oh, black men today, they can't take powerful women because they don't, it's that masculine toxicity and they want to be the boss and they want to da-da-da-da-da. That's not what it is, beloved. Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror at the energy you give off. The energy you give off will be reciprocated. You come home with that bullshit, as a man, I'm not tolerating that shit. I'm not tolerating it. So we're not gonna work. And you're gonna walk away from this relationship trying to justify in your mind that, oh, Richie can't take a powerful woman, or Richie don't want a woman who speak her mind, or Richie don't want a woman who's successful. He want one of them birds. He want one of them da-da-da-da-da. He want one of them bitches from the strip club that's trying to get him for his money. He don't want somebody who got their own. He can't handle it. No, man. That's not what it was. It's not what it was at all. What it was you brought that daytime shit into our nightlife. You brought that 9 to 5 shit where you out here fighting and being disrespected because you a black woman, or you out there bringing that fight home. And niggas don't want to fight. I don't want to fight with my girl. The same thing you go through as a black woman, we go through as black men. So when you come home combative and barking and screaming and acting like you run shit and acting like you better than me, that's not tolerated. That's not tolerable. This is exactly why men can walk in McDonald's and see a girl working the fucking register and fall in love with her. Because that's just not important to us. Because I always, as a real man, as a high quality man or high level man, whatever they call it these days, I got my own. I got my own cars, I got my own jewelry, I got my own condos, I got my own sunglasses, I got my own watches, I got my own sneakers, I got everything. Sweetheart, there's nothing you can do for me except for be yourself and be loving and be my support. And if you're not being my support and the relationship fails because of you, I just want y'all to look in the mirror. I just want y'all to look in the mirror and understand why it failed. I want you to be self-aware. I want you to walk away from this relationship saying, yo, you know what? I was an asshole to that nigga. I tried to treat that nigga like he was my assistant, and he wasn't tolerating it, so that's why we're not together. Don't walk away from the relationship like, yo, them niggas rich and pressed, them niggas corny, them niggas don't really want no girl, them niggas don't really want somebody who got their own. I want you to walk away from the relationship being self-aware and acknowledging the fact that, yo, I treated that nigga like he was a subordinate, and that nigga wasn't tolerating it because he's a fucking real man. And ain't no real man a subordinate to his woman. I'm not asking you to fucking promote my mixtape. I'm not asking you for your fucking tax refund. I'm not asking you to pay rent. I'm not asking you to buy me something to eat. I'm not asking you to feed me every night. I'm not sitting on my fucking hands playing PlayStation all afternoon, jerking off the fucking Pornhub while you outside getting it. That's not who we are. And if those are the niggas you fuck with, then you fucking with the wrong niggas. And that's why you feel like you need a subordinate. So treat them niggas like subordinates. But when you get somebody who's got as much substance as you, and somebody who can do it with you and go with you and help you and build you the same way you can build them, respect that shit. That's all. Respect that shit.
You know, Rich, I'm listening to you speak. And for anybody who's just joining the conversation, let me recap real quick.
Now
before
James going to throw hundreds up. Man.
Let me recap before I go down this rabbit hole. We had a whole discussion last week that started from a post that went out. Essentially, the woman said, if a man can't pay all the bills, if he is paying 50-50, he is a roommate. He should not be treated like he's king of the castle. Not if he's voluntarily paying 50-50. If that's the only thing he can bring to the table is 50%, he shouldn't be treated like king of the castle. He is a roommate. Then we had another young lady who is a friend to the show came in, and she asked a question right behind that. Why is it that every time a woman builds herself up, men have a problem with it? And I think herein lies the problem, right? This is what I told that woman who came into our show. I won't even name her. Last week, I told her rhetoric, it was dangerous. If this is the kind of BS that you're feeding your followers, I don't want my young daughter, I don't want my young son to see this, because that's not what a relationship should ever be built on. I don't want my daughter thinking a good man in every other way every other area of her life. Treats her well, loves her, makes her laugh, supports her, is that cushion for her. But he can only afford, not that he chooses, but he can only afford to pay half of the bills because he's not a baller, he's not a boss. He shouldn't be treated like king of the castle. He's a roommate. That, to me, that is dangerous rhetoric to put out there into the world, especially in this whack social media backwards age that we live in, where all that's going out into the world is just backwards. But I want to comment specifically on that. Why is it when a woman builds herself up, men have a problem with it? Men don't have a problem with it. But you have to be very specific in what area are you talking. Do you think, because that woman last week was very clear, I built myself up into a six-figure chick. I have multiple streams of income. I am a business owner. I'm this, I'm that. No one cares. They don't. No man cares. And when ladies, listen to me close, because I'm hoping I'm saying this and I'm articulating it correctly. No man has ever cheated on you. No man has ever dogged you out. No man has ever treated you less than what you should be treated because your finances wasn't right. That means something to y'all, because y'all have bought into the whole, I'm a boss and I'm a six-figure earner and I'm a business owner and I'm this and I'm that and the third. If you're talking about building yourself up, talk about building yourself up in terms of I had baggage. I needed to do self-healing. My last man did X, Y, and Z to me, and I didn't trust men. I needed to work on that. Or I looked in the mirror and I didn't love the person who was looking back at me. That is working on yourself. But if you're equating working on yourself with I built myself up financially, kudos to you. I'm happy for you. But don't think any real man looks at you as a great catch, because every other area of your life that warrants any type of respect and honor in a relationship, that is still messed up. Go work on those parts. That's what matters. Get your relationship with God in order. Get your faith up. Start to learn to love yourself again. To me, those are the things that matter. In all of this building, I just have to, I can't stress enough. You being a boss, I don't care if you are worth $10 or you worth $10 million. If all that matters to you is you have money in the bank and you built yourself up that way, I can guarantee a nigga will cheat on you. You will walk inside of your mansion and he will be in your bed with your best friend. Guaranteed. That is guaranteed. So I don't know why we equate these things of I built myself up with money. No man ever did you wrong because you was broke. That is just a fact. I don't know how else to put it. It is a fact, and I just think that women need to get off of this independent woman crap. Like don't no man or no woman want to be alone. So all this independent woman crap you talking, that's if you would brainwash yourself to believe that crap, you're the only fool in the room. Because you know, like I know, like everybody else know, you want a man. And any man out there who talking, especially once he get a certain age, I don't want to be with a woman. Like nigga, it's you. God made us to want to be with our counterparts. Now, whether you can find that perfect match for you is a different story. But let's not act like that's not what we want. Like that's not what we strive for. All this, I don't want a man, and a man can't handle me because I built myself up and now I'm making money. And I look at him less than because he can only pay 50% of the bill. To me, that is dangerous conversation for especially for people who have never been in, because there's young people who've never been in a real relationship before. So they go in thinking like that. And then number two, do real work on yourself. Real work. Get your relationship with God right. Like learn how to speak without putting your hands on somebody. Learn how to speak and have a conversation and not a yelling match. Learn how to communicate in your relationship and be able to articulate your thoughts without flying off the handle. That's doing work on yourself. That's what doing work on yourself is. These are just my thoughts, Rich. I throw it back to you and we can move to the next topic.
Nah, you was preaching. And I mean, and if y'all don't believe us, or just look at the stuff that's out there. Like go think about all the movies. Think about all your favorite black movies from you know, the one with LL Cool J and Gabrielle Union to Soul Food with Vanessa Williams. Those women who acted that way lost. In all your favorite movies. So it ain't just me and Sean. Think about it for a second. I want y'all to give that some thought. All your urban movies that everybody loves so much, go back and just reflect on those movies. How did old boy work with Vanessa Williams and Soul Food? How did that work out for her?
Correct.
How did the when Gabrielle Union was dating LL Cool J in that movie? I can't remember the name of it, but how did that work out for her?
Correct.
Y'all can go back and y'all can go back to another 50 movies in your mind, and you can come up with the same conclusion. It's not about that. It's not about what you got, because that's the least of it for a man. A nigga is, a nigga's a way more physical creature than he is monetary or substance. If you look good, he gonna give you a shot. If you look good, he gonna give you a shot. And if you turn around and you're a good person on top of looking good, girl, you in there. And it don't matter if you work at fucking McDonald's or you work for the Obama administration. You in there. That's it. Women are the one with all these stipulations. Women are the ones that I gotta have this because you're trying to impress your friends. Everything is for the people acceptance of you. You don't want your girls delivered from Eva. You don't want your girls to be like, yo, girl, you fucking with that nigga, that bum ass nigga. So then that shit transforms into the relationship and you bring that nonsense home. It really is whack. It really is whack, and it really is, you know, it's a sad situation, but we can move on. We beat that.
No, I want to say one thing, because we're talking men to women, right? And how men look at women, but it's the reverse. Like if a man, me and you talk about this on the show all the time. If a man leave with his wallet, if a man legit leave with his wallet, and that's all he got to bring to the table, no different than women talking about I built myself up and I got this business and multiple streams of income and this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. If all he got is his wallet, I'm having the same conversation. It don't change. This ain't gender-based. A nigga is whack. If all he got, if the totality of his worth is what's in his bank account, that might be attractive for y'all, but I can guarantee you he is a whack nigga and he's going to treat you whack. If that's all his self-worth is based upon, that nigga just as whack as that chick who called in last week, in my opinion. Is that now is it more acceptable for a man? Yes. Men been throwing around their wallets since the beginning of the time. The caveman was throwing around whatever was of value back then. But truth be told, if that's the totality of your self-worth, you are trash. And before we end the conversation, I want to tell you, I don't want to say his name on this live because I didn't get clearance from him. But it's something I think that what he said. My man called me last week, and he heard the show, and he was like, "Yo, Prez," and this is a guy who's my age, like this is a whole grown man. This man was married for about 20 years. Him and his wife broke up, and he got into a relationship with a new woman. He heard that conversation. It struck a chord with him. But then he said something that threw me off. He said, you know, Prez, he said, in my honest opinion, I would love to date older women. He said, I would. He said, but that girl y'all had on y'all show is a classic example why I can't. Not that I don't, but I can't. He was like, older, he said, and this is something I would never know because I'm not out in the street. But he was like, yo, Prez, a man my age, I am dealing with young chicks, not because I want to deal with younger women, not because I can control them, manipulate them, this, that, and the third. He said, but the older women are coming to him with so much baggage, and they got that stink, nasty attitude that woman who called into the show with last week. He said, for him, the baggage that they're bringing into the relation is not even worth it. He was like, so I go younger because I'm mitigating the damage. Like it's not as much damage done. So he's like, yo, a lot of chicks are thinking, and I don't know how true or not. I'm just pulling it, and I wish I could bring him on the show. He was like, a lot of women think that older men, mid-aged men, are dating young chicks because they can run circles around them, or they can pull a fast one on them. But he's like, yo, dating women, he's like, Prez, dating women my age, he was like, it's the biggest headache of life, man. He was like that woman who was on your show is exactly what's out there. So I don't know, what it is, but ladies, sometimes you just need to hear. Even if you think that ain't me, just listen, because this is what an older brother is saying out of his mouth. So if you're having a hard time dating, maybe that's why. Maybe they ain't got nothing to do with you got a couple of miles on you. Maybe it's I'm coming into the situation and I'm dragging 45, 50 years of baggage right along with me, and a nigga just ain't got time for that at this age.
And real quick, to piggyback on that, we used to say this all the time, and we actually kind of stopped going there in the last, I guess, month, 2 months. We used to always say heal. Sometimes you need to sit out. Sometimes you need to put yourself on the bench and heal from the last relationship, so you don't bring that insecurity, that anger, all that stuff with you to the next relationship for some unsuspecting man who doesn't know the nigga that you dated before, but yet he's dealing with all the bullshit that nigga put you through. Me and Prez ain't gonna sit on this live and act like niggas is perfect, or niggas don't do creepy shit, or niggas ain't
far from it.
We not acting like that. But we always used to say, this goes for men and women, you have to put yourself on the bench so you can heal. Jumping right back into the next relationship is not beneficial. Going out there and your girls is like, girl, fuck them. We gonna go to the club and we gonna meet a new nigga tonight. That might be cool for tonight, but for a long-term relationship, everything that the last person did to you, you're still feeling. And you're still looking at him. Now you're looking at men with anger. You're looking at men with disdain. And that shit is not beneficial for your new relationship, because now you're bringing all that baggage, and that shit ain't healthy. It ain't healthy. And all it's going to do is make that nigga act out. And now you got, instead of having one bad relationship, you got two. And instead of two, you got three, and so on and so forth. So before you start, look in the mirror and be self-aware. Like, you can lie to everybody else. You can lie to anybody you want to lie to. But when you lay in bed, my mother used to say this to me all the time. My nigga, you can go lie to you can lie to anybody and tell them anything you want to tell them. But when you lay in bed at night and the fucking TV is on too, and you're trying to fall asleep, and before you fall asleep, you have these thoughts. Those got to be real thoughts. Those got to be real thoughts. That's called being self-aware. Those are the real thoughts. Yo, I'm fucked up. You laying in bed and you only person in the bed is you. maybe your dog, maybe your kid, whatever. But you're thinking to yourself, I'm fucked up. I gotta heal. And unless you get that, your mindset and you're self-aware and you're fully capable of looking at yourself in the mirror and being able to give yourself an honest assessment, you can't hurt your own feelings, man. All you can do is be true. All you can do is be true. But I'm done.
Nah, man. I mean, you know, we could stay on this topic all night, and it's a worthy topic. But you know, to your point, there's nothing wrong. If an athlete gets hurt, they sit on that bench. They let that ankle heal. They let that wrist heal. And it's not until they feel as close to 100% that they get back in the game.
Think about
and
it.
I don't understand why, you know, women are so anxious. And this is women and men are so anxious to get back out there, knowing damn well you're harboring feelings. You look at a picture of your ex, you hear your ex's name, this, that, and the third, and it makes your skin crawl or bump. Like if your ex still has any bearing on you, if any ex still has any bearing on you, you're not ready for a new relationship. Like you're not. And when I say your ex, it don't even mean that you want to get back with one particular person. But if that person still has an emotion, you get an emotional reaction from them, you're not ready to move on. And lastly, you got like I don't know that a lot of these people love themselves. They, like, it's good. Like, you can get on the gram and you can front, you can act like I'm the most confident, secure person. But the people that I see, you know, they don't love themselves. They don't. I'm sorry, my phone keeps ringing. They don't even love you. So I would just say, take time with yourself. But anyway, let's go into a lighter conversation, Rich. We got so much stuff to cover. Yo, you sent me one of the wildest posts that I've ever seen. A woman had 2 baby showers with 2 different men for the same kid, and literally wore the same outfit to both baby showers and posted it. What type of work? Like, at first I thought it was a hoax. I was like, there's no way that this can be real. It's impossible. Let me just, because we could just have fun with this. I don't even know what my question is. Dennis?
Bro, it was literally the craziest thing I had ever seen. You're breaking up.
I'm breaking up?
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
Okay, I'm back now?
Yeah, you back.
Okay.
But yo, bro, that was literally the craziest shit I had ever seen. I had literally, like, yo, I've seen a lot. Like, I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot as it pertains to disrespect. I've seen a lot as it pertains to motherfucking audacity. I've seen a lot as it pertains to a lot of shit out here. But yo, Sean, when I seen that woman, and that post came across my thing, and it was the dude's sister. So now, you know, it's the internet. So everything could essentially be a skit. It could be fake. It could be whatever. But the woman's sister the man's sister followed this woman and posted that and was like, look at this bitch. Look at this bitch. She is having a baby shower, 2 baby showers with 2 different dudes who could essentially be the baby's father with the same dress on. And my dude, I tell you all the time, and you didn't used to believe me. When we first started, this used to be like, yo, Rich, nigga, you scorn. The shit you be saying is so left field, bro. And I'd be like, yo, Sean, this isn't coming from personal experience. This is just me surfing the internet and coming across this shit. This is just me scrolling and seeing this craziness. And you was like, nah, bro, that's you. It can't be like this out here. That can't be life, bro. And I'd be like, yo, my man, it is life. It is 2023 life. the things that people do nowadays, man, is so off kilter. The shit is insane. And I don't even know how to we could just crack jokes about this girl, but in real life, the level of audacity that woman had is so crazy that she actually felt comfortable doing something like that. She really felt like, I can do this, and post 2 different baby showers with the same outfit on with 2 different men. Man, I'm done. At that moment, I was like, I'm done. Jesus, come back and take me away. I'll sit in purgatory. I'll go to hell. I'll do whatever it is. Just come get me out of here. Just come get me out of here.
Okay. The only thing I can say is because there's nothing for me to say. I'm in disbelief, but I can't even believe the woman didn't have enough class to change her outfit. Like you couldn't at least go to the next baby shower and get a new outfit. Like, come on, man. You got to know somebody who would let you borrow some old maternity clothes and you can go out and get. That was the craziest thing I ever saw. But check it. I played this thing for us last week, and I need to play it again because we're running out of time and I don't want to hold on to this old content. Ready?
Yep.
So everybody, I'm going to play something. If y'all hear it, give the hundreds the thumbs up. Just let us know that the sound quality is good. Here we go. Oh man.
Because we in the club and he trying to talk to these women, but he I told him, hey, bro, you need to cut that out. He talking about why you hate, bro. I ain't tell you to fuck that out. I ain't tell you to introduce me to this woman and you go get that ring on your finger. Got me all this wedding, spending all this money to come to y'all wedding to watch you come in this club and cheat and mess it all up. That's my money I spent on your wedding. I spent my money on your wedding. And I spent a lot of it too. We all in Vegas. And all of that, all these casinos, and I'm spending all of my money. No, y'all staying together. You the one introduced me to this lady. Got me calling her sis all the time, and I'm not gonna be lying in this woman face. Boy, you better go get you a drink. I'll pay for it. Get you a drink and sit down somewhere, bro, because you ain't finna. No, I spent too much money on y'all wedding. My homeboy got mad with me. Now he ain't talking to me because we in the club. And he tried to talk to these women, but he married. And I told him, hey, bro, you need to cut that out. He told me, man, why you hating, bro? Well, I ain't hating. I ain't tell you to walk down and down. I ain't tell you to introduce me to this woman and you go get that ring on your finger. Got me all this wedding, spending all this money to come to y'all wedding to watch you come in this club and cheat and mess it all up. That's my money I spent on your wedding. I spent my money on your wedding. And I spent a lot of it, too. We all in Vegas. And all of that, all these casinos, and I'm spending all of my money. Nah, y'all staying together. You the one introduced me to this lady. Got me calling her sis all the time. And I'm not gonna be lying in this woman face. Boy, you better go get you a drink. I pay for it. Get you a drink and sit down somewhere, bro, because you ain't finna. Nah, I spent too much money on y'all wedding.
Okay. What's your thoughts on that, Rich? Is he speaking true? Did he break the code? Is he just out of pocket? Like you can hear me?
You fall back.
What the? Okay.
You back. You good now.
Okay. Is this? What's your thoughts? Like is he speaking truth or did he break the bro code? Like what's your take on this dude?
So, like I said last week, I almost couldn't. When you brought it to my attention again, I had to listen to it, but the nigga was smacking at the beginning, and that shit drives me crazy when niggas smack on fucking food and try to talk. So I didn't even hear it at first, but after listening to it, listen, he's both. He's both. He listen. He's both. He's a sucker. He's a sucker. He broke the bro code, but the shit he said, I can't even be mad at. First of all, why is this nigga paying for your wedding? Why is your homie chipping in for your wedding? So now he feel like he don't invested money in this wedding, which means that he is now vested in your relationship.
Hold on. I don't think he paid money for the wedding. He paid money to get to the wedding. He was in Vegas or something like that. They had a destination wedding.
Yeah, okay. So now here we go. Sentiments are the same. Sentiments are the same. You pay to get to the wedding. So my thing is this. If I introduce you to somebody, nigga, your loyalty should always be to me. If I introduce you to my friends, a girlfriend, a dude, a car, a damn tree, your relationship should be to me. I mean, excuse me, your loyalty should be to me. But I almost can't be mad at him. From a loyalty standpoint, you broke the bro code. You don't snitch on your mans, especially if it's a man that he felt strongly enough about you to bring to his wedding, or to have you come to his wedding and you were in his wedding and you did whatever. Then I get it. I get it. The loyalty should always be to him, and you should go check him, which he did, which he said he did, which he said he did. He checked his mans. So I don't have a problem with dude. But dudes do this all the time, man. They bring you around, you get close to the other party, and then you start feeling a sense of loyalty to them. And you want it to work. And you spend all this money to go to a wedding where this nigga's now on the streets back home acting up. And you like, nah, you're not finna do that shit with my money. You're not finna play with my money. This shit, or you're not finna play with this girl who I have grown to love and love for you. So not only is it a monetary thing and you fucking up and you doing this, but it could be very simply, you got a good one, bro. Do the right thing by her, you got a good one. And I can't be mad at somebody checking his mans because he's saying, you got a good one. I like her. She's good people. I don't want to see you do her dirty because she don't deserve to be done dirty. As a man, I've seen niggas do chicks dirty. And I've liked them. Hell, I like Tara and Amina. And I knew what Peter was doing. I knew what Peter was doing. And I like Tara and Amina. I love them both. I call them both sis. And the whole shebang. And shout out to Amina who's on here now. But it wasn't my place. But just like old boy, I did tell Peter he was fucking up. I said, bro, you fucking up and you're going to lose them both. I said, you're fucking up and you're going to lose them both. You know what I'm saying? You need to correct this shit and get it right and get it together. But he didn't. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to have a conversation with either one of those two women. Because quite frankly, it's not my business, bro. It's not my business. I wouldn't expect somebody to come to me with information about my girl. I wouldn't expect my girl's friend. I would think she wanted to fuck me. If a girl came to me right now and was like, yo, shorty ain't shit. She ain't shit for you. I would think, oh, shorty wanted to fuck me. I wouldn't think it was just a loyalty thing. I would think, oh, I was like, oh, she want to give me some pussy. She's trying to sabotage my relationship. She's trying to sabotage my relationship. You know what I'm saying? But if she was to go to her girl and be like, yo, Richie was the worst of the worst, and you got this dude acting right and doing the right thing by you. Girl, we just flew to the Dominican Republic for a wedding, blah, 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 blah. Stop playing these games. I 100% understand it, and I agree with dude for that.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. You know, I agree with you. He's both. He's a sucker. He's a sucker. He's a sucker. He broke the bro code. But on the flip side, see, his gripe comes from, I spent money. And because I spent money, you're not going to cheat on this woman. He didn't have any fondness that I heard for the woman. He was like, you got me calling her sis, this, that, and the third. But truth be told, you ain't gonna be out here playing the field because I spent money. So here's my thoughts. I think it's men, right? And you just touched on this. I think it's men when it's enough garbage out here. It's enough sewer rats. It's enough. It's enough women out here who that ain't nobody's wife. Like they ain't wifey material. And when you find a good one and you see your man doing wrong and about to lose a good one, as men, we supposed to pull on, yo, what are you doing, son? Like if I had what you got, nigga, I'm out the streets. Like the only reason I'm still in these streets is because I didn't find her or a version of her. So as his man, and especially if that woman was a good woman, by all means, he was supposed to pull his man to the side and check him, whatever the motivation was. Hopefully the motivation came from the fact that, yo, you got, what we want, you got it. Like you got it. Nigga, like, do you need a reminder of what you left in these streets? Because if you do, let's go to the bar, let's have a couple of drinks, and let me remind you. Because this is what I'm still dealing with. That's what he was supposed to tell his friend. But where I think he's a sucker, if this is your friend, truly your friend, I'm not going on no live, I'm not posting nothing, like putting two and two together for whoever that guy is and whoever the guy's wife is. Like, yo, that's Ray Ray. That nigga was at my wedding. And he do call me sis. And he was out with my man last week. Oh, my man cheating. All he did was dry snitch and bring potential problems into their relationship. So if a friend of mine ever pulled stuff like that, like, nigga, you damn right we ain't talking. There's a good chance we gonna be fighting. Because that ain't the way that you do it. So I don't have a problem whatsoever with even if his motivation was not genuine, even if his motivation was strictly what he said. I spent money. You had me fly to Vegas. I lost money in the slot machine. I suck at blackjack, lost a bunch of money over there. Them hotels cost, the flight cost. I had to eat. All this cost. And I did it for you. So nigga, you better stay mad. And if you don't, what you ain't gonna be doing is out here cheating. Get a real divorce and then get back out here.
Facts.
But to do it the way he did it, that's why I think he's a sucker. Because essentially what you did is just dry snitch. And that man, whoever your friend is, he went home to hell because your clip went viral. So 50 people that know his wife sent her that same clip and said, look, this is what your man is doing when he's not in your presence. And I just don't think that's the way you handle it whatsoever. But, I mean, I throw it back to you, but those are my thoughts. I mean, in one sense, I give him his props, but in other sense, I just think he handled it completely wrong.
He did. I mean, a real friend's gonna pull a friend's coattail. A real friend's gonna tell you when you're wrong. A real friend's gonna tell you when you're fucking up. A real friend's gonna tell you when you're at risk of losing something that you work for and you put some effort into. A real friend ain't finna contemplate dry snitching. Like, I'm handling it with you. And once I give you, and this is what I can take solace in this. If Tara ever came to me, and Amina ever came to me and said, yo, Rich, you knew. I said, yo, I did. I told the nigga he was wrong. And I told the nigga he was wrong. I said, yo, you wrong, bro. Stop. Pick one of those women. Da-da-da-da-da-da. All the shit that the Peter Guns got on this live right now, he would say the same thing. But I am not ever, and I can unequivocally say this, I am never going to go and tell a woman what a man is doing. I am never, not my friend, not somebody that's my guy. I met him through you. Excuse me, I met you through him. Like, that's my guy. My loyalty remains there. Did I tell the nigga he was wrong? Yeah, but at the end of the day, he's still a grown man. He made his decisions, and now he has to lie in that bed. But going on internet, smacking chicken and all that other shit, talking about what this nigga done did and how much money I done spent to get to his wedding. Nigga, I'm a true friend. I'm a true friend to him, and I'm an acquaintance to you, because that will always be my friend. And that's just the way it is.
Okay, let's open up these phone lines, Rich. You know, I don't even want to get into another conversation because I think we are 5 minutes out from opening the phone line. So let me just give the rules for anybody. If this is your first time with Rich and myself, this is the part of the podcast, if you will, where we open it up for anybody who wants to be part of the conversation. If you're trying to be part of the conversation, please look below, hit that plus button. It alerts us and lets us know that you want to be part of the conversation and you want to join this live. With that being said, we have some basic rules. Number one, you must be in a well-lit location. Number two, you must be willing to show your face. We do not speak to empty screens. Number three, you must be somewhere with good cellular service or good Wi-Fi. And lastly, we have no problem you chiming in with anything that we said tonight, you giving us your thoughts, your grievances, anything. But we use this part of the conversation to allow women and men to ask questions and get feedback from us. So you must somewhere in there have a question, because your question may help somebody who is not as brave or shy and just don't want to call in, but they're going through something that your question may be able to help. Pretty lady misconstrued.
If you have questions, you hit the plus button inside the camera, like Sean said. I'm not reading, he's not reading the comment section like that for us to know what you've been asking for the last hour. Now, with that said, I want to see if Instagram has given me they promised me that they were going to give me my 3 or 4 hours, whatever you're allowed to go live with a blue check. They said they were giving me back that today. So let's see. But if by any problem that this thing goes out, we are coming right back on to finish this conversation. I hate this part because I lose the requests that are in the request section. So I'm trying to talk right now so 8:30 will roll up and I don't start a conversation with somebody that gets cut off. If we get cut off, we are coming right back. So you'll see the notification that Rich and Prez are back on live. Please log back in and we can get it popping. But let's see if Instagram is being honest with me and giving me back my 3 hours. So I guess I'll have to take a question, because I think we started a little bit late today, didn't we, Sean?
No, did we? I thought we started on time. If it was
like
late,
maybe 3 or
5.
like maybe 7:33 or something. So it's 7:30 now. How you doing, Miss Lawrence?
Fellas, what's up?
I had to pick you early, so
Come correct.
You know what I mean? Before that ripple kicked in.
No ripple tonight. No ripple tonight, baby.
What's
How
good,
y'all
Rita?
doing? I missed y'all.
I miss you too.
The thing I want to ask is, and this may seem like a simple question, but maybe because I'm older, what's the difference between snitching and dry snitching? I mean, isn't a snitch a snitch a snitch? Seriously.
I guess if you're saying that you're a little older, you don't get a snitch is directly snitching. Is going like let's say your man come to you.
Mm-hmm.
No, your friend's man come to you and says, "Look, the man, he's out there in the street. You need to know. He just snitched." But there was a video post that we just played where a guy didn't tell the friend's name. He just put up a general post about his man ain't cheating on his girl. It don't take a rocket scientist to figure out who he's really talking about.
I've seen that, baby, and that is a TikTok. That was a TikTok sketch, whatever you want to call it. But I did see it, and I thought it was pretty funny. So I see what you're saying. So dry snitching is not going directly to the person and saying, you know,
Yeah,
this is what it
it,
is,
it,
and just
it,
maybe putting it down in the pipeline or whatever. Is that what you're
it's
saying?
correct.
Uh,
I mean, to put it in your words, I mean, it's
What's up, y'all? So we back. Yeah. So Instagram lied to me, and they didn't give me my they didn't give me my time back. So from now on, we realize that at 9:33 we will get cut off again. So just as a FYI, 9:33 we will get cut off again, but we will come back for the last half hour. So I'm gonna get Prez in the room, and we're gonna continue our conversation. And I apologize for that. I don't know when it's gonna come back. I hate to go out and come back, but it is what it is. So let's have this conversation. Let's get Prez back in the room so we can get this thing popping. Thank y'all for coming back. Thank y'all for coming back. Sean, where you at? There you go. Yo, so they bamboozled me. I've been hoodwinked, led astray. They told me in my email, they were like, yo, you good this week, but apparently I'm not. So anyway, we can continue on. She wasn't talking about nothing anyway.
that's my girl. Leave her alone. Let's go.
Ebony Martin. Ebony Martin. Ebony Martin, are you in the house? Dallas, what's up, Dallas? D-Town. I'm in Dallas. What you doing?
Yes. I am so sorry. Can y'all see and hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I've been trying to get on here so bad, but we done already passed that. Y'all talking about a whole nother conversation.
Now we go back. What you got? What you got?
Hold on. First,
About,
what's your name? What's your name?
my name is Ebony.
And you coming from where?
I'm calling from Illinois.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Ebony.
You too. But I was on the live with you all last week, and I was trying to get in. I don't know what happened. However, I was listening to, you and the lady talk, and I did go on her live afterwards. I kind of agreed with a lot of the points that she had, but when I went to her live, I felt a whole entirely different way. Her thinking of relationship is just kind of distorted. But my question to you, Sean, is I wanted to know, based on the conversation that you all were having, because you were just in the space, you couldn't get a word in, true enough, but I wanted to know from you, what is your, in employee and staff and employee and employer relationship, there's a responsibility and there's a role, right, from each party. So my question to you is like, in even with a friendship, just like the conversation you were just talking about, the guy broke the boy code. What's the responsibility there? When it comes to a male and female relationship, what are your thoughts when it comes to responsibility, as far as two parties being in a relationship, monogamous relationship?
If you don't mind, and first off, thanks for calling in. If you don't mind, try to be as specific. What do you mean? What's the responsibility? I don't understand that
I'm not
part.
talking about finances. I'm just speaking generalities here.
Okay.
And I think where I'm going with this is that we want to act like as if the man is not the head and he does not lead. That's not true. That's not true. I'm just asking from your point of view, what do you feel are the responsibilities of a male and a female in a relationship? Because,
Go ahead.
go ahead, I'm gonna let you respond.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm asking that because the conversation was kind of geared around, 50-50. And first my thoughts was like, well, why would somebody even be if that's not your core value and that's not what you believe as a female, if you believe that, it shouldn't be 50-50, how did you even get in that situation? But speaking generalities, I just wanted to hear from your point of view, because I know it was a whole lot of broken and damage and, trauma brought in and, people need to heal and this, that, and so forth. And I really think she just didn't know how to articulate what she was saying. She was saying basically the men that she's running into today, whatever her age is, but the men that she's being exposed to or encountering, their mindset is totally different from yours or rich or older men, right? And I believe that the conversation got convoluted, but that's why I just want to ask you, what do you think the responsibility of a relationship, man and woman, what are your thoughts on that?
Okay. And you're asking me specifically, not general, me and Rich. You're talking to Sean.
Both of you all,
Okay.
because
Rich.
his might be different from yours, but I'm just looking for your perspective.
Okay. I do believe in traditional relationships. I do believe that a man should be the protector, should be the provider, should love his woman, should be decisive, able to make decisions that are beneficial to the family. I believe he should be a role model to his children. I believe that he should be somebody who makes his wife or woman feel safe. But with me and this woman, and I couldn't get a word in edgewise, we are in, and you said your name is Evan. What's your name again? What's your name again, ma'am?
Ebony?
Yep, that's what I thought.
Ebony, can you
Ebony.
mute your phone?
Yeah, because it's super loud, your background.
I'm in the restaurant, I'm sorry.
No problem. Where hopefully you can, if you can still hear me, give me a thumbs up. Okay. Where me and that woman were going wrong was, as much as I may feel that a man should be a protector and a provider, this is 2023. And rent, is she still, okay, can you hear me? You froze up. Rent is $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Like, a man may not be able, he may not physically, as much as he wants to provide, he doesn't have that earning power. He makes what he makes. He might literally get up, go to work, have benefits, but his check does not allow him to pay 100% of the bills. And you're telling me just because this man is not financially in a position where he can pay 100% of the bills, you see him as less than, and he should be treated as a roommate and not king of the castle? That is wrong, and that is stinking thinking. It is 100% off. So that woman is our age. That was a 47-year-old woman. That is a whole grown woman. Now, if a 23-year-old got on our show and said that, maybe I could educate her. But you're 47, and this is the way your brain processes. Just because you've been blessed, just because God has blessed you financially, maybe you are overlooking great men, not good men, but great men, because financially they're not doing as well as you. And I'll end it here. But if a woman ever came to me like that, even if I could pay 100% of the bills, I'm not. You're not worth it. To me, a woman that comes into a relationship with that stinking thinking, you are not worth my money. You're not. And I'm going on to the next who values me for being a good man. So hopefully that answered your question.
You did,
Okay.
but
Go
being that what you just said, you also touched the point on the lab last time when you talked about the lady and the bus driver, and Ayana, right? And I think you disagreed with what she said, how she said she wouldn't date a bus driver. And I'm saying to myself, how can you feel that way when this lady, they're not evenly yoked mentally? Like, what would they, you know, I can't really say that, but I'm just talking surface stuff based on the information that was provided. You know, the person she is, she's worked to get a certain point, and the way they made it sound, you know, with the bus driver, that, you know, he could be intelligent too. We don't know. But a lot of times, I think women feel like, what can we talk about? You know, like, how are we going to be compatible? Her visions and dreams are so different from his. Like, how can they relate? Even though, like, we don't know, this man may have been intelligent, but typically when we see that and we hear that, we feel like this is a person that's content and complacent where they are. And that's some of the point that she was trying to explain, that the men today, they're so content and complacent with where they are, and I think men are supposed to pour into women. The men today, they feel like women should pour into them. It's not that we shouldn't pour into each other, but the male is the head and the woman is the neck, so to speak. You know, and it's not, a lot of the men don't take care of us. Black men, I don't know about any other race because I've never dated them. Black men, they do not take care of Black women. Majority of the time in what we see, I'm not talking about people, I don't know your situation with your wife, you're married, you seem like a nice man, and you're married or whatever, but I'm just saying what we're exposed to. We're not, you know, we in the hood, some of us, you know, where we are and what we're exposed to, and what we're exposed to, we're not getting nurtured or what we need from our counterpart as a man. And this is why a lot of the women have the mentality that they have, because of how the men present themselves and how they want us to do the application form, submit the resume, do the interview if possible. You know, it's like they not able to think in some situations. So I can understand what she's saying, and you just have to be good at your picking or whatever. But sometimes we meet the representative in the beginning. You know, that's what we really attracted to, and then that fall off, and you like, wait a minute, wait, you know. So a lot of things have changed. You know, social media plays a role now. You know, technology, a whole lot of different components and variables. Why people have the mindset that they have. Because I really don't think that every feeling that she had derives from her what she's been through. It could be exposure, what she's seen. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of the men, they do not take care of us women. And I'm just going to put that out there. Like, they will drag them in the mud.
Rich, I know you want to go. I want to make one comment. Okay. Miss Ebony, first and foremost, I don't want you to you see how you just articulated your thoughts very intelligently. You spoke from a place of what you're dealing with, and you were able to give it to us in a way that we can understand. Damn. Let's try to get Ebony back in.
Ebony, sign back in if you can. She ain't come back in, but go ahead with your point. And when she come in,
Miss Ebony, I really want her to be here. Let's give her 10 seconds. If she don't come in 10 seconds, I'll talk. Hopefully she hears me. This Instagram, man, we gotta switch this platform,
she did
bro.
that.
Who, she did?
Yeah, she left.
Nah, she didn't leave. She didn't leave at all. That she just got cut off. I'm telling you. But anyway, I hope you're listening, Miss Ebony, and I really wanted her here because I wanted her feedback. She articulated her thoughts very intelligent, and she was able to show us what it is that she's feeling and what it is she's dealing with and going through, looking for men and dating men, what that dating pool looks like. First, I want to tell you, Ebony, don't you dare reduce yourself and put yourself in the same category as that woman who called in last week. Y'all are clearly on two way different levels. That woman came onto our show, 47 years old, with a pair of shades on, acting like she was in a Vogue magazine shoot, talking craziness, not about what she's dealing with, but she started feeling herself because now she is a six-figure earner. Now because she has multiple streams of income. Now because she is a business owner. That is very different than saying, look, this is what I'm dealing with out here. And men, the way that they're approaching us and they're treating us, and to your point, they want us to do the applications and damn near want us to go in and do an interview. It's two different worlds that y'all are coming from. So where is you? I understand you're saying I get where she's coming from. She wasn't coming from that same place that you just came from. And in your conversation, I can have that all day. I got a lot to talk about as pertains to it. I wish she was still in this conversation. But that is so different than that woman came on the show last week with. Two very, very different places. But let's get another caller. Huh?
I agree. I agree. So, Ebony, if you're out there and you got disconnected or whatever the case may be, before I give my opinion, I'm going to take another guess. And then hopefully you come back in and me and Sean can continue the conversation with you.
Yeah.
So if you're in the comments.
I know. It looked like you had a lot. It looked like you had a lot to say on that, Rich.
I did.
Yeah, I didn't even want to give my thoughts on what she said. I'm just saying, don't even reduce yourself and act like you and that woman in the same place. You're not.
What's up, Mama? What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Jenny Lynn. I'm calling in from New London, Connecticut.
Okay. Jenny Lynn.
What up, Jen?
Oh,
CT,
I'm good.
What up?
So I didn't get a chance to see the whole thing that you guys had with that previous lady. I saw what you all was talking about just now with this woman. And I have differing opinions. I agree with a lot of what y'all are saying. I can agree somewhat from where she's coming from, for the simple fact that I was in relationships with men who had obviously a lot more than I did, and I was struggling, but I feel like those struggles that I was going through helped me to get to a point to level up as a woman to be where I needed to be, because I wasn't having my personal opinion is you cannot allow a man who is rightfully so bringing more to the table bring you down because of what you're not bringing to the table. If anything, they need to be building you up for and helping you understand without putting you down as to what it is that what needs to be brought to the table, the expectation, the whole. So my thing was, I was in a relationship with a man for 14 years. I have 2 beautiful children. I came out of the closet a few years back, and now I'm with an amazing woman. She identifies as a man, but I because I had that 3-year gap of not being in that relationship with that man, those 3 years, like you were saying earlier, Rich, those were the 3 years that I took to get to know myself, to love myself, and to bring myself up. Because obviously, if I was not bringing myself up, then I have nobody else to blame but myself. So you can either wallow in the oh, poor pity me, and oh, I could bash all these men, and oh, they don't know this, they don't know that. But when it really boils down to is that man is not in control of my self-confidence. That's why it's called self-confidence, because you have to have it within yourself. You have to bring yourself up to a higher vibration, a higher level, where I had to take myself out of that mind frame of that old school thinking, almost in a way of, oh, the man is the provider, the man is the one who does this, the man is the one who does that. Because at the end of the day, all you're doing is putting more stress and more bullshit on the man, when the man's like, nah, hold up, you have to meet me, halfway. Like you were saying, a man who's willing to do 50-50 in a relationship, at the end of the day, a real man they're not going to give a shit whether they have their own things. They want to see what it is that you are going to do for yourself, because a man wants a confident woman, but not an overly confident woman where they're going to bash you and bring all that work shit that they got going on at work and bring it home to you and then try to start dominating you. That's not how it works. It's, in my opinion, from the things that I've learned, is that, what's that? Question. Go. Shoot.
No. This part of the podcast is for questions. We usually take questions. Like, we hear what you're saying, but we usually answer questions right now.
Oh.
And
okay.
I haven't heard a question.
I apologize. So my question would be, if you feel that, say you've been in like a good 5, 6, 7 year relationship with a woman, you feel like you're bringing everything to the table, she's not bringing nothing, but then you notice within the last maybe 6 months where you're at the point where you're ready to give up and you're ready to go, but then all of a sudden you see that quick turnaround in that woman where she's now trying to start doing things for herself, bringing herself up to that level where she could be at your level, but she's still giving you that compassion at home and not bringing home the animosity and belittling you. Is it still worth being in that relationship? Is it still worth giving her a chance? Or is the 7 years that you've already been in that relationship, does that make you feel like, you know what, it's been this long, I'm just going to go and do my own thing? Or, you know what, I've noticed a significant change, even though it's only been a few months. Should I stick around and see where this could go? Because obviously in the past 6 months, it's only been going up from here. Do I stick around and see if it's going to go up for another 6 months? Or do I just leave now because I'm done with the bullshit?
Sean, you want to take that, or you want me to?
It's up to you. You tell me.
I have a quick answer for this. What's the first thing women say when they've been with a person for such a long period of time and he finally start acting right? Women be like, I'm not letting this dude out of my sight so that he can go and be the right person for the next person after I've given him this much time to finally start doing the right thing. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
If you are in love with somebody and you want to be with somebody and you invest 7 years in somebody, number one, if you're not happy and you don't feel like the relationship is going to go nowhere, you shouldn't be trying to change people out here. That's number one. You shouldn't be trying to change nobody. So if a motherfucker show you who they are, you believe them. Yep. Right? Mm-hmm. That's number one. So 7 years is your fault that you stuck around in a relationship for 7 years hoping that you could change this person. But if in fact you are 7 years later and this motherfucker starting to do the right thing by you, why the hell would you ever contemplate leaving somebody who's finally starting to show that they have a little bit of wherewithal about themselves and some potential? You've helped them reach the potential. So now, why would you ever want to leave somebody after they finally start showing you that they're committed and maybe they're gonna do the right thing? The first thing women say.
Well, those tables were turned. I should have specified that. I gave somebody 7 years to prove that they were going to change. I started making some changes, and I had to skedaddle because they weren't making. I started making the changes. They weren't making the changes. So it was one of those situations. Plus, I was in the closet for 30 something years, and that kind of made it.
I'm sure that didn't help.
It didn't. It was like, you know what? I put in a lot of time. I put in a lot of effort. They weren't making changes. The last 6 months of the relationship, they started making changes. I stuck around because altogether it was a 14-year relationship.
What is your name? What is your name?
My name is Jenny.
Jenny, like the conversation stops right here. You've been wanting box for years, so that person could have been the perfect person. You it was never going to work. So let's stop talking because the
We're
relationship
best
was.
friends to this day. We share two beautiful.
I understand, but you're basically saying he didn't come up to your level and you wanted box, and that's fine. You got it, but let's not act if he was the perfect man. It would have made a difference.
No, he wasn't. I mean, it was 14 years. 14 years.
I understand, but if he was the perfect man for 14 years, you were dreaming about hot box. So I don't know where this conversation goes from here. But I appreciate you calling.
You know what? It was one of those things where it's so hard to explain.
If a woman is everything, and her man is laying next to her for 14 years thinking about a hard one, how do you think that relationship is good? It's nothing she can do. So I can't even continue this conversation because your relationship, it would never have worked. And I'm so happy that you're living your truth and you're happy now. But this has been a good conversation. But as pertains to you, it's moot. Like you're where you want to be and where you need it to be honest.
True. Thank
Be
you.
good, girl.
All right, mama.
Thanks for calling in, Jenny. Good conversation, though.
Sweet Diva D. Sweet Diva D. Sweet Diva D. Are you in the room, Sweet Diva D? Where you at? Not coming in? Sweet Diva D, I'm going to give you 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bingo. All right. Let's go to Miss May, E-Class Beauty. Miss May, the E-Class Beauty. If y'all have a question, y'all want to get into the conversation, please hit the plus button inside the camera. And okay. Lady One Power. Lady One Power. Lady One Power.
Somebody jumped in.
Hey,
Lady One Power, is that you?
yes,
Yo, what's up, mama? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Sean, calling from New Orleans.
Okay, what's up?
Hey, so, quick question. I have a friend, a guy friend I've been, talking to. We've been kicking it off and on, for a little minute now. So, like, I'm obviously feeling him, he's feeling me, you know what I'm saying? But I see red flags, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, say, for instance, we argue for crazy stuff. Like, to me, I think he got a temper. You know what I'm saying? But, I don't know. I'm trying to make it work. Should I make it work? You know what I'm saying? Or should I just say, you know what I'm saying, fuck it and just let him, you know what I'm saying, go on by his business? Because it's like every time we have a conversation on certain subjects we disagree on, it'd be like stupid, like petty shit. You know what I'm saying? And he'll just get mad and hang up. It's like, nah, you ain't gonna keep on doing that. You know, like what the fuck?
Okay,
I ain't got
so
time
what
for
is
none
your
of that.
what
My
is your question?
is because I'm really digging them. You know what I'm saying? I'm digging them. Is because we over the time develop a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to see if that's a red flag, I should just let go. You know what I'm saying? Or just say, you know what? Try to work it out and get some understanding with him.
How long y'all
and let him know.
together? How long you been dealing with him?
We've been conversating for about almost a year.
I don't know. Okay, conversating or intimate?
We ain't been intimate.
You have not been intimate
No.
in a year.
Nope.
Is there a reason why?
Because I just come out of a relationship, and I wasn't trying to jump all the way into it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to jump all the way into that relationship with him. I wasn't jumping out the frying pan to the skillet. You know what I'm saying? But we was conversating and you know, we both feeling each other and trying to, you know, get to know each other.
Okay, how long before he started hanging up on you and disrespecting you?
So this is like maybe a few months back.
I'm saying, is it continuous?
Not, I mean, like every time we have it, not continuous, like certain conversations, like today we just had a conversation, you know what I'm saying, and we disagree on like Uber driving or something, like, you know what I'm saying, like he told me about making money with doing Uber or whatever, and I'm like, I don't want to do, see, it's stupid shit like that, like I don't want to do Uber, I don't want to drive Uber, so you get mad at me because I tell you that and you hang up, that's stupid, that's petty, you know what I'm saying, either he just mad because I haven't had sex with him yet, and it's you know what I'm saying, it's coming to that point, or I don't know, or he just got anger issues. We just, you know, we don't communicate well, you know what I'm saying? Like he be on a whole nother level.
Okay, I'll say what I think. I'll kick it to Rich. It is red flags. Y'all ain't even been intimate yet. Any relationship. I don't care if it's two men, two women, plutonic, intimate. Especially intimate relationships. If they're going to be successful, it's the foundation of an intimate relationship. It's communication. You are saying y'all can't communicate. So that even if he wasn't hanging up on you, but you guys just can't communicate in a constructive, intelligent, mature way, call it a red flag or just call it what it is. We are that chemistry, we just don't have it. And as much as I might be into him, I can't have an intelligent conversation with him without it blowing up into an argument. So I think, you know, I'll say this and I'll kick it to Rich. I applaud you. I do. God knows I do. The fact that you recognize that you came out of a situation and you was not ready to jump out the frying pan right back into the fire and you've been waiting a full year, I would tell any woman that. I think you demonstrate what we talk about on this show all the time. Take your time. And in taking your time, you found somebody, but you're seeing we're not on the same level in terms of our communication, and you walking away should be or could be much easier because y'all haven't crossed the line that you can't come back from now, and now your feelings and your heart and everything else is involved in it because you done went somewhere before you was ready. So I just want to tell you, I'm very proud of you for having the self-awareness to know you want to go all the way. So kudos to you. Okay, Rich?
Okay, so I'm gonna make it quick. First of all, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
49.
How old is he?
52.
Okay. So now, with that being said, y'all are roughly in the same age group. I'm gonna say that communication is important in relationships. And if you already are seeing red flags that y'all can't communicate, then that's the biggest of all red flags. Like, I could see if he didn't lift the toilet seat up, or the nigga didn't clean out the microwave after he cooked pasta, whatever pissed you off, whatever pet peeves you have. Sometimes you got to put them pet peeves to the side and be like, when you're living with somebody, you're trying to be with somebody, you need to understand that you're not by yourself. So you have to understand that. But communication is not one of those things. Communication is very, very important in a relationship. Probably the most important thing in a relationship is communication. And if he's already giving you examples of how y'all cannot communicate and y'all cannot have a conversation and get to a common medium, and get to the bottom of stuff, then what are you doing? That's number one. That's number one. Number two, Sean said that you're the woman that we talk about all the time, that put herself on the bench. The woman that realized that she was in a bad relationship and she's trying to seek help and she wants to get to the next level in her own mind so she can be able to date and do things. But what I disagree was that you can't do that while trying to date somebody. You can't do that while trying to date somebody. You cannot heal while trying to date somebody. You need to be by yourself so that you can get your mind together so that when you go back into the next relationship, you are of clear mind and clear body and clear soul and all of that good stuff so you can give that person everything they want. You can't realize that you've been in a bad relationship while trying to heal yourself, still trying to appease a nigga on the other side of the phone line who don't want to communicate with you properly. Because now you're still doing the same thing that we said earlier, which is going back into your last relationship. You're going back into your last relationship, and now you're trying to bring that. You can't help but bring that last relationship into this one. You can't do that. So you need to put yourself on the bench and be by yourself for a little while to where now you can communicate and get all your mind and get everything together. But you're halfway there. The fact that you've acknowledged it, you're halfway there. Like, now, step away. You got to step away. The signs are on the wall. The signs are on the wall. Step away, get your mind together, because you can't even communicate with this nigga. And if you can't communicate with somebody, then what are you doing? That's the number one thing. And third of all, you've been with this dude for a year. He's absolutely smashing something else, which is probably why he don't really care to communicate with you, because he like, you ain't giving me no pussy no way. And I know that sounds a little bit over, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be rude, but he, in his mind, he like, we ain't fucking. Fuck, I'm calling you trying to tell me we having conversations and shit. I don't need to hear this shit. We ain't even fucking. So with that being said, those are the three things I'm gonna leave you with. Communication is key in relationships. Make sure you can communicate with a nigga, and that's one red flag that you should not ignore. Two, you halfway there. You acknowledge that you need healing. You acknowledge that you on the right path, but you can't heal while you're trying to appease a dude and be in a relationship. And three, a 57-year-old nigga who you ain't smashed in a year is definitely beating something else up. He definitely in some other box. So with that being said, this relationship is destined for failure. Move the fuck on, get yourself together, and come back strong next week at 7:30 p.m. Eastern.
I will. Thanks so much.
All right, mama.
All right.
All right, let's go.
Rich, can I say something? That was such great advice. Good freaking job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Excellent advice.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, excellent advice, man.
All right, so now we got Quinn M. Oh, she cool. She's sweet. Sweet D. Sweet D. Something wrong with my shit. Oh, Lordy, here we go. All right, let's try this again. Sweet D, are you in the room? Sweet D. Sweet D.
Sweet D better not be a man. I'll tell you that much.
Sweet D, are you in the room? Yeah, I don't. Sweet D is not in the room. Okay, so moving on. E-Class Beauty. Hold up, somebody said I'm back. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Let's do Dale Jennings. Dale, are you in the room? And Dale, don't come in here with that slurring, slow talking shit neither, man. Dale Jennings.
You know Dale?
What up, dude?
We've
Oh,
spoken to
oh,
Dale
what
before.
up?
Dale, what up?
Yep. I remember.
Yep. So I got a question. I think this would be a great question for men. What can men do to improve themselves to be better men? Not to be better men for women, but to be better men. I think we all keep trying to get advice on how to pick up bitches and how to make bread, but what is it that men can do no matter where they're at, how old they are, they got to reboot their lives, but what can men do to get better for themselves?
Dale,
Sean?
do you have the answer to that, Dale? So I suspect you have the answer.
I don't know. I got the answer because ain't nobody calling me to get the answer to that question.
Yeah, but you called in. You threw up the alley-oop. I'm hitting it back to you. You tell us, because it sounds like you ready to give some great advice.
Absolutely rhetorical. Absolutely rhetorical.
100%.
No,
Dale, you're not slick.
Okay, all right.
I want the Kevin No Samuels. Let's go.
Okay, you got it coming. I'm about to go to the gym, so I'm real dressed down. So real simple. One, you have to not give a damn of what anybody thinks. You have to find your purpose. Two, you should not be pursuing women. Scarface gave the best dating advice ever. First you get the money, then you get the power, then you pursue the female. Three, I think you got to find your spiritual pulse. You have to find you connect with something, whether you call it God, whether you call it the universe, Allah, whatever it is. And then you have to be able to be a giver. So no matter how high you get up in life, you have to keep giving. Give to other people, give to those who don't have. And then at the end of the day, to be a man, I think the biggest thing is you cannot, anything you pursue, like guys trying to pursue women, you'll never get it. Guys trying to pursue women, trying to pursue money, you'll never get it. You have to pursue your purpose, your life, no matter who comes along, who you meet. Because here's a good example. So I see Richie out long before I got a chance to talk to him. I knew who he was. I saw him in some of the same spots. Never pushed the ball and never said, hey, man, I got a CD I want you to hear, bro. Be great to have you come in and come to our studio, bro. It was just something organic that happened because he was around other people I knew. It wasn't like I was trying to press upon it. Now, if I tried to go meet Richie Dollars because I saw him on the internet and started pinging him in email, sounding a little suspect, hey, man, I like your show. Can I get on? It would never work. You have to be working in your purpose as men. And I think sometimes we get sidetracked because like, oh, we want the money, oh, we want the girl, and we get tired. We keep hearing all these negative things about men. Listen, most of these women out here build a ninja, and you need to stop worrying about it. There's a reason why Proverbs 31 woman says, he who finds a wife or a mate finds a good thing because she's worth more than rubies, because she's rare. So you have to be a rare man to find that rare woman. And you can't worry about what anybody else thinks.
What the fuck you talking about?
I'm just saying, in life we all keep getting taken off track by other stuff by not fulfilling our purposes, man.
I wish one week you would come in here with the real Dale Jennings that I know. This nigga sends me posts all the time, Sean. You know what I call him? I don't call the nigga Kevin No Samuels because he wears ass.
Well, I was talking about us. I was talking about us as men first.
All right.
Because I can't talk about women until I get me right. Now, if I want to talk about some of the stuff I heard from women, I call it cap. Number one, you are choosing every nigga that you are with, woman. I do mean the nigga word.
Thank you, Dale.
I do mean the nigga word because every time I go someplace, perfect example, I went out one night, normally Richie says I'm normally in my little jacket, ascot. I'm in sweats. I ain't really showered that good. And all of a sudden, I got more attention because I look like a thug. I had no glasses on, had my earrings in. It was like, I'm a little different looking. So now if I'm in a suit jacket, speaking to you properly like a lady, oh, he corny. Like the whole thing with Michael B. Jordan. For some reason in our community, we have been fed this lie that the only good dudes is dudes that scammers, drug dealers, that can buy me a bag and buy me this and take me there. First of all, you 245 pounds in the A-gap like a motherfucker, to quote the late Kevin Samuels. Why would a man who's in the gym, busting his ass, sacrificing his life, sit up here and listen to him? Like, for instance, the last chick. Great advice, but my problem is this. Put them girls away. You got your titties all out on live scam talking about what a man ain't doing. You ain't giving them none for a year. You giving it to somebody because you got the girls out. You 47. You getting hit all the time, so you like the attention. That's why they hanging out. So I can't worry about that type of woman. I'm not even interested in that kind of woman. That's why men in our generation do not deal with women in our generation. The Ebony K. Williams bullshit. It's like, chick, stop capping. And I think at some point in time we have to look past the programming that's going on for men and programming going on for women. I can't worry about them. I am sick and tired of being held accountable for the assholes that you keep choosing over and over and over again. Then you want to call me up to cry about them because, I'm a good dude. And then I'm going to take you out and we're going to have a little good time, get over it. Then as soon as that asshole calls, I got to go. I got to put the baby down to bed. Well, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. The baby already asleep. And all you know, you in the bedroom with him, and then he could call me 2 days later. I came home. You remember the meal I bought? I bought it for him. And he just sexed me down for 2 minutes and left. So who's the problem? Stop telling me as a man that you've never dated that you got a problem with men. No, you keep choosing wrong. Period. And that's my problem. And that's why I say, man, we got to stop listening to these garden utensils and be the people we're supposed to be. I don't have any more time. I don't have another 5 decades to put up. I don't.
All right. Now that's
okay, there's Kevin Daniels.
That's the deal I wanted. That's the deal I wanted on here. When you chime in, that's the deal. When you come back week after week and you wonder why I don't never push that motherfucking button and let you in. This is because you come in the way you started today with that bullshit.
I'm trying to be nice.
Nah, don't be nice, nigga. We keep it real on this show.
That is true.
It real, and you got real views that you finally just halfway motherfucking disseminated. So when you come on here, keep it real with the shit you send me every day. Me and the same shit that Sean probably knows who you are, but don't even know who you are, because half the shit that I send Sean, you sent me.
That's funny. Yeah.
So, with that being said, I agree with you. I agree that women, we said the same shit last week again. Women have the power to choose who you want to be with and women have the power to make things cool. If Dale Jennings, who wears ascots and smokes a cigar, not cigar, but a pipe. And wears blazers and khakis and all of that kind of shit, but is a good dude, then you should then that should be what it is. That should be what it is. But we go to the club and we sit right there together and we look at the women and we look at who they choose and we look at where they want to go. But then they come back to you because you're the good guy. You're the good guy. You're the guy who got a good ear to listen to. You're the guy who will listen to them. You're the guy who will try to give them the advice. And they put you in the friend box. But the reality is you chose that dude that you chose. And you can't get mad at nobody for the decisions you make. That's just the way life operates.
I'm going to be real quick. Like literally a month ago, in fact, the last time we were hanging, I said, man, I'm in a situation, man, it's pissing me the fuck off. I didn't say nothing about it because it's like other people I didn't trust around the circle at that time. So I won't say names. There's a female who I met 2-3 years ago at a spot. Off and on, we just chatted. Nothing serious because I was still kind of messing around with some people. And she kept telling me every time I say, let's get together, we go out a little bit. She said, well, I'm working on me. Somebody broke into her house. And she hit me up and said, do you know anybody that can help? I said, well, I know some APD. I can put you online with some people, see if we can help you out. Long story short, this chick met some dude in September, had him in her house in October, and then realized he wasn't a good dude. She's a mother now, got kids. So she's like, somebody broke into my place and took something from me, took bread out of my house that's only in a specific place only one other person knew, and my 2 other people knew, my 2 kids, and that's it. They will never tell anybody. So this dude allegedly broke into her crib. And I said, would you ever check him out? So she was like, well, he started telling me he had a couple of kids. And so as the story goes, all of a sudden you got 4 or 5 baby mamas. He has a 40-plus page rap sheet. And I'm like, your ass has been on TV, commercials, fucking gorgeous. And I said, again, you pick a no. This isn't the first time. This is the first one she picked. So I'm sitting up there like, what is it? What is it about these dudes? And I know it's about a physical look or a physical security thing. And then if daddy's not there, daddy issues, because a lot of times we pick people who aren't there. Like women will pick men like their fathers were Rolling Stones. So they pick a man who's a Rolling Stone. It's just like somehow it's in the spiritual bloodline. And I'm like, yo, what do you do? Stop telling me that you can't fix it. When you're consistently picked over and over the same pattern of men, and then you want to get on some news show or some TV show talk about men ain't shit. Like, no, your thought process ain't shit. Your selection ain't shit. Because there's men, we know this when we sit out in a group, is what, 7 or 8 of us that kind of regularly kind of circle around. Everybody different walks of life, different income levels. Most cats reasonably good dudes. We all a little crazy in our own way. And we can watch these women keep going, choosing. So what's funny is they'll go through our boy F, I won't say his name. They go to Rich because they're like, okay, I know them, they're famous. They got bread. I see what they drive. Okay. This deal, I see how he dresses. Okay, maybe he got some money. Okay, then all of a sudden they start going down and other people, and it's just like, really? Then they go to O. Like, why is everybody circling around O? Because we know what O does. O is the man. And all of a sudden, when it's all said and done, they start cascading. I said, yo, just pick the guy you're interested in. Stop trying to count the man's pockets. Anyway.
That's modern. That's modern. That's the modern society, bro. That's what we living in.
Yeah.
But all right, nigga, next week we do it again.
Bet.
All right, Jimmy.
Good stuff, Dale.
Appreciate it.
But that's real, yo. We had this conversation every week, man, and every week it's the same thing. Y'all get mad. Katrina Love, are you in the room? Y'all get mad when y'all choose dudes, but y'all choose those dudes. Y'all choose those dudes. So, hello? Hello? I thought she turned the light on. Hello, one more time. All right. Fred Eddingstone. Fred Eddingstone. Fred Eddingstone.
Yo, what's good? What's good?
What's up, Fred? What's good, man? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Oh man, I'm calling from well, I'm from Dallas. I was on with y'all a couple of weeks ago with the artwork and shit.
I know with you. Okay, what's up, bro?
Yo, man, it's checking in, man. Y'all real nice to him, man. Y'all talk to him nice, man. I applaud y'all for that. But you know what's kind of odd though? I remember back in the day when we was growing up, they had songs like "I Don't Want No Scrub," "I Don't Want No Short Man," but they never had to talk to us nicely. They always had an open lane to tell us what they want and what they don't want. And for the most part, we never actually told them what we really want and what we don't want. Where's the men version of The Color Purple? Can y'all answer that? Has Tyler Perry put out a man version of The Color Purple? Have Lee Daniels put out a man version of The Color Purple? But that shit is coming back out again. And who was that going to make look bad? Us. You know what I'm saying? For all the bullshit that men get put through when it comes to father of kids or saying we're father of kids that we end up not being fathers of, wrongfully accused of crimes, a lot of times by women that we didn't commit. Where's our movies about that? Where's the movies about the black man's struggles with our women? Because they got them with us. How about we do a Passport Bros movie called How Freddie Got His Groove Back? Because I went overseas and found me a woman like Stella found her dude. Right now, the Shade Room blowing up because Megan Thee Stallion supposedly dating a soccer player from Africa. But if I go overseas and use my passport to get a black woman in another country, I'm a weak ass nigga because I can't handle a black woman. But I can't use my passport. Ain't it kind of funny how sisters gatekeep black men? But then when we flip it in our advantage or whatever, now we're sorry and real weak. Ain't that kind of odd? What literally would happen if we put out The Color Blue? The same week the new version of The Color Purple come out, how about we put out our own Color Purple? Let me ask y'all a question. Have y'all ever seen a movie called Diary of a Mad Black Man?
Yes.
I put that on. I had a house full of women one time. I put that movie on. They didn't make it past the first 10 minutes. Turn that shit off. Turn that shit off. We don't want to watch that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff that's being talked about today, the last 5 or 6 years, this shit really should have been being talked about 10, 15 years ago. To be honest, women have been saying for the longest, men, just keep it 100 with us. Men, tell us the truth. Now they getting the truth and they don't want to hear it. You guys are nice and I understand it because y'all don't want to go out like the dear Saint Kevin Samuels who told them the truth and he killed them. But hey, Red will give you wings. But you know, man, I'm checking y'all out. I'm listening to y'all, man, and man, y'all doing y'all thing, man. And another thing, like I say, play in the gray, bro. The independent, strong black women that say men are intimidated by their success and their money, I love playing in the gray with them. Because I act like I don't give a fuck about your money. I'm not impressed by your money. And I'm going to fuck you like I'm broke. And I'm telling you, that shit work. I'm not a broke nigga, but I'm going to fuck you like a broke nigga. And then I'm going to put my shit on and I'm going to leave and go to my house. You see what I'm saying? That's why broke niggas keep them type of women. They don't give a fuck. Good guys want to be good guys to women they think are good women. And then get mad. Oh, well, Pookie and Ray Ray get all your time. Pookie and Ray Ray. Because Pookie and Ray Ray don't give a fuck. He ain't got shit to lose. So I tell niggas learn how to play in the great. And yes, I know some of y'all are for marriage and wives and shit like that. But it's only 27.5 good women left for marriage in the United States. So if you're lucky enough to find one, lucky you. Other than that, I say, not the other guys on stage, playing the great.
My nigga.
Yo, you hold on, boy. You got some hella 5 points, Fred. You know what? 1 week, Rich. We need to have Fred be a co-host because you come from a different like you come in with a different perspective, and I would just like to hear what the women have to say, like real talk. So maybe call in next week and we have you co-host for a little bit.
We're gonna bring you in for the Q&A because they tear your ass up right now.
See, that's the thing. Let me ask you this. What do...
Before you go there, the time's running out again. So if we get disconnected, call back in and we'll get you back in. For anybody looking to get in, please, I'm about to get cut off again after the next hour. This will be hour number 2 of the Boys Club, but we do got a half an hour left. So as soon as I go off, I'm gonna log right back on and y'all can come back in. Please hit the plus button inside the camera. But go ahead, Craig. And now he fucking froze. Ain't this a bitch? There you go. What's up? Go ahead.
What man has a lot of these women followed in the last 5 to 10 years that they love dearly?
Good.
All right.
Let's Rich.
Huh?
Rich, log off and log back on.
All right, cool. What up, y'all? So we back again one more time. This is the hold on, let me just say this one time so I don't have to say it again. All right, people are joining. What's up, y'all? So this is the this is the second hour of the Boys Club. We actually have another half an hour left. Sorry for getting cut off, but like I told you, Instagram is doing that to me. They're killing me right now. But let me get Sean present here. We can get this thing started immediately. We had Craig in the room, and y'all was killing poor Craig, but y'all can't front. Craig be saying some real shit, so give him press. So yeah, you want to get with Craig? Are you still in the room?
Fred.
I'm gonna
Let Fred come back next. Fred, co-host for a little bit with us next week. Rich, tell me, is there any females in it? What you call it?
Blue Vet Blue Vet
And-
75.
Yeah, and then we could bring Fred in a few minutes. So Fred, hold tight. I just want to give a couple more callers in.
Flawed to be pearl. Hello. TB's 07. TB's 07. Fred.
But it turned on the my light. I didn't know you were going to accept me.
So you should. And then requested if you didn't
I
want to be
did.
accepted.
I did. Is it bright enough or is it too dark?
That's still we can't.
Go inside. Go
Okay.
inside if you don't mind.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
I really think that what he was just saying, look, this is the thing. I don't think there's a real true right or wrong answer. I just believe that we're not taking the time to get to know who you're actually dating. Instead of just getting into with them and immediately just, that's who it is, and you end up in the bed and you end up molded because you didn't get what you're asking for, you know, or what you're actually think in your mind that you're looking for. If you settle yourself, figure out who you are, what you want, you won't allow these things to happen. You won't be so bitter, you know? You won't be so bitter in your pursuit of so-called happiness, but really and truly, is your happiness with the love, or is it with the money? You know, decide what you really and truly want, and you won't have to worry about all that, you know? And it's probably kind of basic little, to me, it's not that hard. It's really not that hard. But what we're looking for, kind of like, it's traditional. The traditional way is a man is supposed to take care of you. But I dated a rich dude that said, you know what, I'm not helping nobody that's not willing to help themselves. So is it 50-50? Or is it, you know, 50-50 doesn't always mean money. 50-50 is if I have this amount of money, maybe I have enough brains to help you make more money. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. I've been listening to you guys for a long time, and sometimes I go back and forth. I'm like, I get what they're saying. I get what the females are saying. I get what the guys are saying. But I think as females, we need to start listening to what men want, and then you'll end up getting what you deserve. You know, if you are out there, like you said, with your titties out and the this, that, and the other, what do you think that you're gonna get? You know, what do you think you're gonna get? You're gonna get what you put out there. So, when I was younger, because I'm a little older now, when I was younger, I dated somebody actually that pursued me, and you would think that I might have would have pursued him, but I didn't pursue him. He pursued me. I didn't have nothing. I ain't gonna lie. I had a 1980 Datsun 210 station wagon, and he was sitting on the side of my house, you know. And I think the thoughts of what he had was, ooh, I'm just gonna get with her. But when he got with me, you have to have some substance, I guess, is what I'm trying to say as a woman, you know. If a man really feels that you got enough substance, it ain't gonna be nothing for you. You don't have to ask for anything, you know. So I don't know. That's just what I wanted to say. Is it really all that difficult? Is it, or is it the way that we're carrying ourselves? Is it the way that our mindset is? You know, to me, I'm embarrassed about how the females with the lashes and all this extra, and you know, somebody said that's not true. What's true though? What is true? What is the truth? If there was some truth out of all of it, then you wouldn't be on here looking for some advice, but not taking it. More mad when somebody says something that's halfway decent, and that's what's wrong with us. We ain't decent no more.
That's SB.
You know?
SB, you got a comment? Come on in the room. Don't
Right.
comment from the outside. You know you got the open invitation.
Make-
Where's
making-
SB at?
Hold on, that was SB?
Yeah, she was referring to SB.
Okay.
So where's
That's
SB?
not
What's
true.
up? Before let's have a conversation, because I kind of, to me, you feel like you agree with me and Sean say week to week.
I do understand, because you know what? How are we gonna learn a man if we don't listen to a man? You know?
Well, I think that's where we be coming from week over week. Like women be having problems with their man, and they run to their girlfriend who having problems with her man. Like, what the hell can she tell you? Like, the reason that Rich and I did this I mean, right now, I feel like going to eat, to be 100% honest. But I spend Wednesday nights in here trying to speak as truthfully and honestly as humanly possible, in the hopes that maybe it will resonate to somebody. And you touched on something a little earlier, and I think it's as simple as this. Like, you know, we keep talking about finances and this and that and the third. Just what's important to you. Maybe finances is what's important to you. Well, go find a nigga that's all that's important to him. He leaves with his wallet, and all you want is somebody to pay 100% of the bills. Y'all, that's equally yoked. If you find like it really comes down to what is important to you, and people all day every day go after women and men, and they don't possess the traits that are important to them. They don't. So I don't know. Sometimes it is what it is. But Roach, is SB getting in this room or not?
Let me see where SB at. Nah, he ain't request yet. So with that being said, I'll give my 2 cents on that. And I agree with you. And I agree with what Sean just said. We'll give SB a couple more minutes. But I agree with what you said, and I agree with what Sean said. If there's somebody for everybody, and if you go into these relationships and you're trying to pick a man, like Sean said, if you want somebody who only wants to show you his worth financially, and all you care about is somebody who shows, there's enough of those guys out there. Those dudes exist. Those dudes exist. Now, it's going to be a shitty relationship because it's not.
Well, maybe it won't be, Rich, because if that's what's important, then you're equally yoked. The problem is, you know, if for me, for Sean, right, cooking actually means something to me. It don't mean nothing to Richie, but for Sean, hold on, SB. For Sean, I need somebody who can cook. I don't know how else to put it. So if I go out there and find a woman who can't cook but look damn good, I already jam myself up from the gate. Like, because what's important is Sean, I chose based on looks. I didn't choose based on what is going to help me be in a successful relationship. But anyway, both ladies are here. Y'all, I guess y'all, Rich, you can transition this part right now.
Well, as I know, when you said, somebody said you're wrong, I looked at the same comment you looked at and realized that was SB. So obviously, everybody knows what SB is to us. She's the 3rd member of the Boys Club. She's on here all the time. And if she's in the comment section, I said, you know, there's no reason to be in the comment section. You can come on here and express how you feel.
So, the part that I disagree with is that some women do listen to the things that men want. Not all women are out here with their titties out. Some women are just looking for, you know, certain qualities in a man, and that are not always consisted of being financial providers. Like, is he loyal? Is he a protector? Does he communicate well? So, you know what I'm saying? And I'm only speaking like from my own experiences. I'm not chasing after what they always call the 1% and what have you. I'm interested in who's interested in me and who wants to genuinely get to know me and genuinely treat me well. Period. The end. But a lot of the times, and I'm 39 with no children, so I don't have any baby daddy drama and baggage going on. I'm just looking for a genuine connection. And a lot of times in my dating experiences, these guys are not, you know, they don't seem to have husband qualities. They don't have a relationship with God, which is something that's important to me. There's just a list. There's my list of things that I look for in a man that doesn't consist of a financial status that a lot of these guys don't have. A lot of men lack integrity, you know. Most men, like I can be honest in saying a lot of the dudes who I have dated who had potential I later find out that they're already in a relationship or they're fucking married or some shit like that. Like, to be honest. So
How long did it take you to get to know that, to figure that out, though? Because
I
I
mean,
think that as women, we have to
sometimes,
take the time out before you even get to that point. So you should almost know. You know what I'm saying? These are the questions that we should be asking, and that way we don't get caught up in a trick bag. You know what I'm
do you
saying? So
think?
with those standards and values that you have, take your time. It all comes out. What they say, it takes only about 3 months before somebody, they can lie for about 3 months, but after that, they don't. I'm not saying, oh, that. You do what you want to do. But at the end of the day, be very, just, we be detectives after a nigga cheat, but we're not detectives before they even get to the point that they cheat. You know?
Well, I
Like,
mean,
figure that
I
out.
feel like,
Figure out what you want or whatever. Keep it out. Ask the right questions so you know exactly who you're dealing with.
okay,
You know,
now
because
my
how did you miss that?
my question to you is, what will make you think that at this big grown age, that if I'm interested in somebody and getting into a relationship with somebody and we're getting to know each other, that I haven't asked them, are you married? Are you in a relationship? You don't think
Because
that a man would
if
lie?
they're married, they got to go home at night. So if they do
Not
stop at a certain time
always,
and only talk to you when they're
not,
going to Burger King, you know what I'm
not
saying, or always in
always,
the street, or they
not
texting you,
always,
or they just
not
texting you.
always.
But
Not always. I was in a relationship for almost a year with a man who had a woman at home, and I had no idea, and she had no idea about me. He had 2 young children, 3 and 7, who he brought around me. They spent the night with me. They spent weekends with me. And after me and the baby mother finally had an encounter, my very first question to her was, Miss, where have you been? Because I know your daughters talk about me. 3 is old enough to talk. I know you heard my name. I'm doing their hair. I'm buying them things, little Hello Kitty shit. Like, you heard about me, but I just never heard about you. And I was like baffled. Like, how could your kids come and spend the weekend at my house? Like, you didn't want to talk to them. You didn't want to know where they were. Like, this is real life here. Like, child, these niggas,
what made
these
you
niggas
stay
be
with him?
lying.
How were y'all dating, and what made you stay almost a year with all that?
Because I didn't have an issue with him at all up until I encountered his baby mother. Like, there was literally no problem. We were dating, we were making plans, we were getting to know each other.
And then
I'm
what
spending time.
did she say though when you did ask her, like, damn, where you been?
Working. She was a nurse where she works 1 weekend on and 1 weekend off or what have you. So while she was at work at night and then on the every other weekend doing a whole weekend, homeboy was playing. So he had some time to get away with a lie or two. Yeah, he was playing hard, and it was almost a year.
He worked during the day and she worked during the night. So he had the kids during the day or at night.
Sometimes during the day, but I know some weekends it was me, him, and his children together. We weren't living together by no means, but we were dating, and there were times where he and I spent time alone, and then there were times where he and I spent time with his children. He spent nights with me, sometimes just he and I, and then there was some times where he and his children spent nights with me, and for me, it was just baffling that the kid's mother would allow her children to spend the night at someone's house.
And you never went to his house. And you never went to his house.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
There was no pictures, no womanly looking, nothing to make you feel some type of way.
I did not see anything that made me think that he was with that woman.
Did she say, "Oh, you're not the first one. This happened before"?
She absolutely did. Let me know that I was not the first one.
And at that point in time, when she knew that you was not the first one, at that point in time, she did not give 2 fucks, right? She didn't give a shit. That's why he was able to do that. But everybody's situation is not like that.
That part is not my business. I'm speaking on from my perspective in dating, getting to know someone, being deceived by someone, regardless of whether I came from a genuine standpoint or I was on some city girl shit or not. What I'm saying is I presented myself in a genuine fashion, and he was dishonest about what was going on. And
So,
I'm just saying, part
and
of
I'm
what
not
you're
against you
saying
because I know it
is
obviously
true.
happened, right? So at the end
Okay,
of the day,
so that's what I'm saying.
when the morning time came and you spent the night, was he rushing you out like cattle in the morning before she got home from work, or you spent the
No,
rest of the day
no.
there? You know.
I met his mama, I met his brothers, I met his sister-in-law and they children. Like we was spending time. I was deceived. I'm sorry. Like that's just what happened. And guess what? After some time, the gig was up, and once I figured it out, it was over. Cause I'm never competing with anybody.
I know, but
All you
then
gotta
did you find her or she found you? How did it come to that you ended up finding out?
well, it came to a point where I was trying to get in contact with him, and I couldn't get in contact with him, so I started investigating, and then I found her.
Because she was saying enough is enough. You're getting a little too comfortable with this chick.
Because again, as a woman, after a certain point, I don't feel comfortable with your children being around me on this type of consistent basis, and I've never spoken to you. After a while, it became suspicious. Like your baby mother don't want to know where her kids is at. Like she don't want to even have a conversation with me. Forget meet me or whatever. Some women are like that. Like I don't want to meet your bitch. Okay, cool. But your children are here. You don't want to have a conversation. You don't, if while they're here, be able to call where they're at and check on them and say, hey, let me speak to my kid. Like I just found it weird. So after I started getting suspicious, yes, I found her.
So that's when I say in the beginning, press those questions from the start. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you got children? Where your baby mama at? Where she work at? Where you live at? Press those questions from the start. Like me personally, I don't even want to go hardly a week after it. You know what I'm saying? You meet somebody, man, press them so hard to where they see that you ignorant, you clown, oh, she crazy.
I mean, I was in my 20s when it happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking on a past tense experience, but I'm just saying every female is not out there with their titties out. Every female is not presenting themselves in that manner. Some women are out there having the conversations and asking the questions, but it's as I have to give a man credit for being honest. Upon meeting him, I have to give him at least that much credit that when I'm asking him a question, he's being honest when he answers me. I mean, if I can't give him credit for giving me an honest answer when I ask him a question, then what the hell am I dating for?
No, that's
like, you know what I'm saying?
That's that detective work we should do while you in the beginning of dating. Like, but that's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. If you are that apprehensive about men, then you should be apprehensive about that man that you allow in your life, and that you should have those. Niggas who lie. Everybody on there talking about we lie. They lie. You think you don't lie? Well, then figure that lie out. Like we are detective. Like I said, after you get in the situation, you get a little inkling.
I'm too old to play detective. I'm going to ask the question. I'm going to listen to the answer that you give me, and I will let Tom sort it out. And when I find out that you was dishonest, I'm going to dismiss you and move on. Done deal. But all of that detective work, I can't do the detective work. We can have the conversations, I can ask the tough questions, but and just expect that the answer you give me is the truth. Detective work, not so much. Tom tells all tales anyway. You don't even have to play detective.
Somebody needs to be Dr. Phil because we out here feeling stupid. You know what I'm saying? Somebody need to feel something. And I shouldn't be reading the comments, but I do. You know.
Yeah, no. Tom tells all tales. You don't have to investigate. It'll reveal itself. Trust me.
Ladies. Very entertaining. I understand both sides of the story.
Yeah,
I understand both sides of the story, and I'm not going to act like I don't agree with both of you. To some degree, I agree with you, SB, that you got to take a nigga at face value. If you just spend all your, like, if you meet somebody, you at least got at least like don't go into the relationship like you tainted, but and trying to
Yeah.
investigate
And
every
I'm not
single
saying
thing. But at the
either,
same,
Rich, that I feel tainted. It's not even that. But if you, especially when it comes to kids and stuff, then maybe we should just be more up on it, you know? Because right around off the top, I may not want to be dating and dealing with the kids because I have children and I don't want the man coming around and knowing where, like somebody said earlier, somebody came back and got robbed and stuff. Like, it's just certain things that you should just be like, at the end of the day, you just need to kind of take your bottom line, take your time and listen, communicate and talk a lot more. You know, don't worry about so much of what he got or this, that, and the other. Are you willing? Do you like this person enough? Do you care for this person enough to be there for them, whether they got it or they don't got it? Because we could all have it and lose it too.
well, that's what
You know,
That's
so
that's where I was
that's
going.
100% true.
you
That's what I
know,
was
That's
so
going
we
with
just need
that.
to really and
100%
truly,
true.
just know what you want. And find somebody that you could communicate with that is open, that feels comfortable enough. Because men, eventually, when they feel comfortable enough, they will open up and say, you know what I'm saying? They will open up and say, you know, oh, damn, she's too good. I shouldn't even treat her like that. You know, I shouldn't even be treating her like that. Just as well as a woman. If the women that come in, I got this and I got that, there's that, then why get with a nigga that don't got it, then turn around and talk about what he don't got? You knew from the start, you know, that he didn't have it.
I cannot disagree with you. I cannot
Yeah.
disagree with you.
No.
I agree to some degree. I think that
Right.
this conversation right here, I'll leave it here. And then we can take one more call before Sean has to go eat.
You see?
But
Okay.
I believe that there's a medium. There's a medium in between what you two guys are saying. There's a
Mhm.
medium. There's a medium in between pressing a nigga that you just met to the point where he feel like you're being invasive and y'all just met each other, but yet you're trying to get the truth before you waste your time. And I understand that. And you're trying to add, like you said, you're going to ask the hard questions. You're going to let the nigga know you're going to act up and act a fucking fool. And you're going to put that out there on Front Street from the beginning so he know, don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. And I hear you on that. And I agree with you on that. But there's also a medium with Esme where she's saying, I got to give a nigga the benefit of the doubt because I can't go into every single relationship trying to figure out if every single nigga is a piece of shit nigga. Because now I'm going to end up running some good niggas off. Because they're going to be like, whoa. Like, now you're doing the most. Okay. So there's a medium. That's all I'm saying. That there's a medium that y'all have to find. There's a fine line between love and hate that y'all gotta find to where you could be like, I've asked enough to maybe have gotten the truth or maybe have put him in a position where he acknowledges what he's dealing with, but still not invasive enough to run niggas off, right? Like,
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
the medium.
And that's called being a woman. And then once we learn, that's my whole goal as young women. Your goal should be learning not so much learning so much about a man, but learning about yourself, about how to be a woman. And so when a man approaches a woman, well, or a guy, I'll say, if he's a real man, then he'll know that this is a good woman, and they will flee. You know, either they're gonna stick with you, or I can pull this. When they know they can't pull that over your head, you won't keep dealing with that. You know, just raise your value. That's all. And I definitely ain't against you as Black women. It's a hard thing. I didn't listen for I don't catch it all the time, but when I catch it, I'd be like, dang, or I might catch it in the middle. Then I'll hear this or hear that, and I get it. I get like you're saying. Yeah.
It's been almost 2 years.
Mm-hmm. And I've probably been seeing it a couple of months or so, or y'all probably didn't be seeing me. I'll be going off, and I'm like, let me finally, let me go in there and just see if I'm wrong. I'm willing to be wrong so that I learn how to be better and to grow. But as young women, we should, and as elder women, we should be trying to train our young women into how to be a woman. That should be your goal. Along set with the money that you make and the career that you set. So when people approach you, they'll see, and you'll have enough value that you won't have. Most dudes that don't have this shit together will look at you and say, man, oh, girl got it together, and they won't disrespect you. You won't be disrespected, and you don't have to disrespect them just because they don't have what they got. They need to go.
100%. I treat all people with respect. I don't care what position they're in. Even if you shoot your shot, I could always respectfully decline. I don't have to be, you know, rude about it. But I just wanted to point out that, you know, some women are presenting themselves in a genuine manner. Some women are out there doing what they have to do. They're being polite and helpful and kind and a pleasure to be around and all of that. And sometimes those, you know, these dudes is it's some sharks in the tank. You know, everybody is not a guppy and everybody is not a goldfish. It's some sharks in that tank. You know what I'm saying? And so you just gotta be careful. And like I said, I don't let it get to me or whatever. I'm the easiest person in the world to curve. I feel like men go after what they want. If the dude is giving you the right energy, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna know it. And if not,
He said he said women don't even bring a cookbook to the table. Lord have mercy. That's why your mama should have taught you how to cook yourself, because sometimes in marriages and relationships, she might bring something to the table. But if you learn how to cook, then you can feed the whole family too. So
I know
nobody
how to cook.
should.
I've been
No,
making,
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about what I'm
Uncle
reading in
Ben's had
the
flavored rice,
comments.
baby. I get busy
But
in the kitchen, and
all right,
that's
y'all.
definitely not
Yeah,
my
somebody said
problem.
that Sean was taking a nap, but at the end of the day, I just wanted to come on and say that I'm not against anybody. Like I said, I got 3 sons, I got 2 daughters. I respect both sides. You know, I don't want no nigga disrespecting my daughters, and I don't want no woman disrespecting my kids. So that to me, you have a level of respect. You know what I'm saying? And if it takes you to be 55 and you get a decent man, then take that. You know, so but you don't have to put up with anything that you don't want to, and therefore you don't become someone that sits back and complains about everything. You know, and you'll be ready when it's time. But y'all, thank you for letting me on. I appreciate it. All right.
Make sure you come back.
I'll come.
Good perspective.
I'll come back. Thank you.
I enjoy
All
it.
right. Thank you.
Night, y'all. Oh, you left me in there? I thought you was Xing me out.
We taking one more, Sean, or we done?
Yeah, we take one more. Stay in there, Ezzy.
Okay.
Boss lady, are you in the room? Boss lady, are you in the room? They said they're telling her don't come back. I thought she was really, really good. I thought she was really, really, really fucking good.
No, she definitely has some good points. I just didn't want to leave it open where it's like, you know, if you're not having the luck you want with men, you know, then maybe you know, it's the women that were with their titties out and this and that. No, that's not true. Sometimes you present yourself the way you should, and it just don't work out. And that's okay too. Like, we got to be okay with experiencing all emotions, like, and all things. Rejection is a part of life. You got to accept rejection as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everything ain't for everybody. If you present yourself and somebody don't receive it, that's okay. That's a part of the journey. You understand what I'm saying? But I just didn't like the whole translation of, oh, it's the girls that's presenting themselves in this manner that's getting those type of results, because that's not true.
Agreed. I'm trying to let Ebony back in, Sean. Ebony was here. She's in the. You know.
And then your boy with the whole gray area.
I don't know if Fred is still hanging around, but we told him
yeah,
that's
homeboy. That's homeboy talking about the gray area.
Living the gray, according to Freddie.
That means you coming into the situation playing games. Playing games is the quickest way to lose somebody who know. If a woman is serious and she know what she want and she got her stuff together and she knows what she's looking for, and you come in playing games, you're gonna lose a good woman playing games.
All right, so Instagram, I got about 20 people in this chat trying to get in, and I can't let them all in. I can't let them in. It's not letting me, so.
Maybe you could X me out and it'll let you let somebody in.
All right, let me see. All right, Evie, hold on a second. Come after we X you out, come back.
Okay.
Ebony Power, are you here, Ebony? They're still showing up in the IG, so they're still there. So I'm not Xing, I'm not able to. All right, so something's going on here. All right, it's 10 o'clock anyway, man. I'm gonna try to do one more person. If Crystal Stalin. If Crystal can't get in, then we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I'm fucking hungry. Yep, Crystal's in the room. Crystal, how are you? Where you calling from?
Seattle, Washington.
Hey, what's up, Seattle, Washington? What's good with you?
I'm blessed, thank you very much.
Indeed.
And I'm sitting here listening to you guys, and I see both sides to everything that you guys are saying, and I'm a good ass woman for myself, I feel, and I know how to treat a man when I have him in my life, and a lot of times I feel like a man don't know how to receive me. And so what I mean by that is not only do men not know how to receive a woman when they try to be very attentive, still be their own person, still take care of themselves, but a woman doesn't know how to receive a good man either. I do. I know how to, but I see a lot of women out there talking like these two were talking, and they got a good man, but they don't know how to receive that goodness, and what I mean by goodness is they're out there working hard for you. A woman wants a man to take care of them all the time, pay all the bills, but they don't know how to come home to a woman that knows how to clean a house, have a good hot meal at the table for him, maybe have a bath or a shower ready. That's what I do when I have a man in my life. But I think people need to learn how to receive each other. And to do that, you have to be open-minded to a lot of different things. So if a woman wants to be taken care of, she gotta be able to take care of her man too. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm out there working and I'm making the money and I'm coming home to a man, usually, most women are saying usually the man's sitting at home, they're just watching TV, playing video games, not doing nothing for you. But if you have substance, you got something that a man wants, you can match each other's energy, then you're gonna get what you want. But I like what the other young lady was saying was you have to know what you want to receive it. And you can't be out there just taking anybody in and thinking that you're gonna get what you want, because you're not. And I've been single since probably 2012, and I have tried different, going outside of my box, doing all kinds of different things, meeting different people. But I don't do drama, and I don't do men that have females in their life. And I agree with these other two that was on here that, sometimes you have to investigate, and sometimes you have to give benefit of the doubt. For me, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt till you give me a reason not to. And if I catch you in even just a small lie, that's going to tell me, well, if you can lie about that, what makes me think you can't lie about something else, something big? So as far as I'm concerned, what's important to me is integrity. If a man don't have integrity, then how are they going to have loyalty? Even with women are, everybody talks about men this, men that, men this, men that, but women can be just as bad as men. Men can be women can be just as deceitful as a man. You know what I'm saying? So it goes both ways. And I get tired of women going out there and bashing men and this and that and this and that, but they don't got integrity themselves. They don't know how to be loyal themselves. They don't know how to clean a house. They don't know how to cook a meal. My greens are bomb, by the way. So I do know how to do all those things. And it just seems like for me, and I'm 53, so it seems like for me that a lot of men out there are so used to the drama queens, the ones that are jealous and possessive and just want their take. But you can't be that way. You have to be able to give too. You have to be able to, have integrity and be loyal and be loving and all those things too. It goes both ways, not just one way.
Agreed. All right, Crystal.
You do realize we use this section for questions, correct?
Sure.
I didn't hear no question in there, but I appreciate your perspective.
Well, okay, so my question is.
No. At this point.
No, you can't say nothing else.
No, like Sean Prez has. I'm hungry, girl, and everybody know. I don't know if this is your first time, but right about this time, I gotta go. So I thank you for calling in, and I was waiting for your question, but because we didn't get it,
I didn't have a question.
Next week, call in and have a question. I'll see you then, but I'm gonna go and get a meal because somebody know how to cook for me. All right.
All right, Poppy, you go get you some food, and hopefully I'll come back on next time.
All right, Chris.
Be good, girl.
Yo, what up? Another week of the Boys Club down. I think it was a good time tonight. We had a lot of good conversation. I hope you all enjoyed it. Next week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Rich Dollar, Sean Prez, we back at it. Sean, you got the last word.
See y'all later. Good show again, Rich. To everybody who checked in, this show will be up on YouTube tomorrow. It's on all the streaming platforms, iTunes, YouTube Music, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. It'll be up tomorrow. See y'all. Love y'all. And, tell your friends about it. 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Time, Wednesday nights. Sean Prez, Rich Dallas,